couple of seconds here, guys? The Dodgers and the Phillies will start this weekend. We know what the Dodgers did against the Reds. I don't think anybody here is particularly surprised at how the Dodgers beat up on the Reds in 2 games. But we also know who the Dodgers are because over the course of 163 games now, we know that they can rake with anybody. They've got excellent and plentiful starting pitching, and we know that their bullpen has been garbage. So I'm just going to throw it to you guys. What are they going to do now against Philadelphia? Do they stay with the same game plan with the bullpen? Or because, honestly, the Phillies will make them pay the way Cincinnati could not.
I got to ask Clinton. I have to jump in here. Clinton, I heard you saying that you were very nervous about Shohei starting.
Yeah, I don't love the idea of the usage rate. It's not super nervy in the context of whether or not he's going to do well. I'm just concerned about the fact that with the nerves, the anxiety of a big league start in the playoffs, he's not done that before. He's done it in the World Baseball Classic. Trust me, it's not the same. I've been to both for covering them. There's part of me that feels like because he doesn't run the bases the same way when he pitches, it provides a different situation. And, again, it's just more to do in a big spot. That's where my nerves are. It's not about whether or not he can compete. It's whether or not something's going to happen body-wise that's going to give out.
When you say running the bases, are you talking about stealing bases? Because he still will go first to third. He'll still go second to home. He'll still run those types of bases.
Slides and the things of the like. You know what I'm saying?
Those will all be the same. He won't steal bases.
Well, you don't know that. I mean, he got hurt sliding last year in the World Series.
Right,
what I'm saying is what his mind is going to tell him, not just what the strategy is. You know how sometimes a guy will come back from an ankle injury or a knee injury, and that's different than now. And you'll say, well, if he trusts himself, maybe he can do it. That's what I'm wondering. What is Ohtani going to trust of his own game from a base pass and a hitting standpoint that will be different if he's pitching as well? That's what my actual concern is.
I understand. I'm saying the mental aspect with Shohei Ohtani is not something that I ever worry about. He just won't steal bases, and he doesn't need to steal bases, and I'm glad he's not stealing bases.
That's where we differ in base running strategies. But I see what you're saying. Right. I'm just concerned that usage rate could come back to be an issue.
It could. There's no issue with him pitching, and I think he's going to be phenomenal on Saturday because this entire pitching staff has been really good outside of the bullpen. The starting pitching is amazing. The 1 through 9 is amazing. Can keep up and actually is better than the Phillies. It really just comes down to, is it Kershaw? Is Sheehan, which wasn't great the other day, but they still trust him. And who's going to be – and Roki Sasaki. Those are kind of the guys besides maybe a Trinan sometimes.
Sure.
You know, the whole thing about stealing bases is it just would occur to me that if you're pitching, you don't want to steal a base and take a risk of hurting a finger, breaking a fingernail.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So what my question is, though, is when he's on base, maybe somebody knows this detail and I didn't pay attention to it during the year. When he's pitching and he's on base, can he wear those cool mittens? You know,
Those
are all the rage. Yes, you are allowed to. You're also allowed to wear.
You're
allowed to wear a jacket when you're on the bases in when you're a pitcher in the National League.
Pitchers don't do that anymore.
I know.
Right?
I wish they would. I hope Ohtani breaks out a jacket. That's the number one thing I'm rooting for. That'd be tight.
Good. Hey, the Phillies are.
He needs to be more aerodynamic. None of that stuff.
I thought he wasn't running, Greg. What happened?
He runs first to third, runs second to home.
So the odds, Cappy, we always look at this, right? So the Dodgers are a slight favorite to win the series. But for Game 1, because it's Cristopher Sanchez, the Phillies are a slight favorite to win Game 1. So Vegas has something interesting. But according to FanDuel, the Yankees and the Dodgers are the favorites to win the World Series, and then the Phillies and Mariners are right behind them, and then the Brewers and the Cubs. So right now, at FanDuel, the Dodgers and the Yankees are plus 410. Phillies are plus 500.
Oh. Hey, Bergie, any numbers related to Dodgers, Phillies? Because I just remember the series that was here late in the season when the Phillies wrapped up the division and they celebrated and took their pictures. And the next day, I was like, oh, well, I mean, the Dodgers are going to crush because the Phillies were all wasted last night. And as I recall, the second day was the day that Ohtani had the 5 shutout innings and the no-hit innings when Dave yanked him in that game and the bullpen blew it up. Any numbers on Dodgers versus Phillies on the year and any numbers related to the Dodgers' road success on the year? I know I'm throwing a lot at you.
The Dodgers only won 1 game against the Phillies and the Brewers combined, if that helps you out. So they won that 1 game, the third game at Dodger Stadium. But besides that, they've lost every other game to them.
On top of that, Phillies Park, much tougher place to play than the Brewers Park, respectfully to everybody in Milwaukee. The Phillies' yard is one of the toughest environments of all of the big leagues, Cappy. Never mind just who they might have to face on their way to the World Series.
So, all right, 9:37. Thank you so much to everybody. I think we should cleanse the palate for a few moments. Take our one YouTube break. Sammy Batesh, our ESPN LA Kings insider, is going to jump in this mess Next, Beto, you hanging out?
Everybody hang out.
Okay.
I'll hang out.
I got to get a ride home from Lindsay, so I'm hanging out.
Okay. We'll take a 2-minute timeout.